The heart of the Algerian desert hums with the anticipation of athleticism and ancient history. The Treg airplane makes its descent onto Timimoun's airport, making the triumphant return of the remarkable Treg Algeria Trail. This second edition, born from a collaboration between Treg organization and Algerian youth and sports representatives, the Federation of Sports and Work, promises an unforgettable experience.
Today we are in Timimoun. We are coming back for the second time for this second edition. The first time it went perfectly well with a truly magnificent welcome, and this year we were received in a truly wonderful manner. We were able to visit the town the runners visited, and then we arrived today in Timimoun under full sun, an ideal temperature for running. So far so good, and we are going to have a perfect week running in the desert.
From across the globe, athletes converge, their eyes gleaming with excitement for the challenge that awaits. This isn't just a race, it's a fusion of sport, cultural immersion, and the raw beauty of the Algerian desert.
I just arrived in Timimoun, and what is absolutely striking is this magnificent light. This is going to be my first experience of running in the desert. I have done quite a few marathons in other big cities before, but never in a place like this so close to nature and never over such a long distance. So there you have it. This is the first time I come to Algeria.
Within the walls of Jinan Menek Hotel, a wave of warm hospitality washes over the participants. They settle in as they prepare for their upcoming adventure.
On est ravis de pouvoir.
We are delighted to be able to make discover this magnificent country that is Algeria to all our runners. So we are on a slightly larger edition than last year, because last year we had around 50 runners, but this year there are over 70 runners. So that means that it's starting to grow. It takes several years before it really establishes itself as a flagship event. This annual meeting is being set up so that this trek truly becomes the Timimoun event.
Their adventure in fact kickstarts earlier than expected. Timimoun's guests make an evening visit to the mesmerizing dunes and astonishing sunset. Savoring the comforting warmth of traditional tea. As the morning sun bathes the ancient architecture and palm groves in golden light, meticulous preparations unfold. Organizers ensure a seamless experience, conducting thorough medical checks, self-guided GPS training, and equipment inspections. Every detail is meticulously considered to guarantee an authentic Treg experience.
Medical staff is constituted of 2 doctors and 3 anesthetic nurses. Today we are doing medical control of runners, so the participant sits next to me and we check together the completion of the administrative file, ranging from medical certificate to effort test, since we are very strict on the medical safety of the runner. Then the participant goes through bag check at the medical level. We are lucky this year to work with an Algerian team, and that is a big plus for us, so we are very happy to collaborate with them.
Le côté médical est très important.
The medical side is very important for these type of events. These are races that last 50 to 70 hours. The body can be damaged and there can be pathologies other than simple fatigue. So before the races, we ask the runner to have clinical assessments, cardiovascular assessments, biological ones, and then we insist on having medical files because there are certain runners who are chronically ill, such as hypertension or diabetes, and therefore we have to be aware of the medical files to have little particular monitoring on this type of runner.
Such measures ensure that every participant is not just physically prepared, but mentally equipped for the demanding trails that lie ahead.
This morning we're doing general technical verifications for all the races, and here I'm particularly in charge of checking the equipment of the 182 and 106 kilometers races. We check all the technical equipment and the contents of the races bags. We make sure that all the runners have all what is necessary, such as water, because the latter is very essential. We ask them to show us everything they have planned for nutrition as well. We also make sure that all the materials needed are included in the races bag before coming here.
So it's a race in auto-navigation. This is a very general plane of the race. We have a GPS watch which will allow us to go from the starting point to the finishing line by passing through control points, and so we can have a trace. A black line is shown in the GPS with a small avatar shown in the screen, and the runner must follow the course. We have to zoom in and zoom out to know if we are really on the trace. This tool is very important because it will allow us to find our way.
Oh, the preparation for the race, especially for Germans, is pretty difficult because we don't have desert, we don't have temperature and humid like this in the desert. Oh, I would expect I hope very funny days. I think about that now. Maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow I think in a different way, but because the desert is my passion, and I hope and I think I will have some very nice days in the sand, in the desert, in the sun, in the oasis. I will see. All the people are very nice and friendly, and they always to get a warm welcome, so I will recommend
Crackles in the air as the race day dawns. Athletes from all walks of life stand united, fueled by a shared passion for adventure.
I hope I will enjoy it. So because I like the desert, I like the landscape here, and the quality of the land. So I hope I will enjoy the day today.
This isn't just a competition. It's a journey into the heart of history and a test of a human resilience.
Je me suis préparé tout au long de l'année.
I have prepared throughout the year for this, and I did several half marathons through the year as well. The last few weeks I have limited the training to avoid real injuries. And above all this, I have prepared myself for this psychologically because I know that there will be no stopping during the course. The first part of the race will be quite easy, but the rest of it will be on the dunes. So that's gonna be quite difficult since this is my first time racing in the Sahara.
At the starting line at Baba Sudan, dreams take flight and extraordinary experiences begin. Runners are waiting with the anticipation to hit the trail. And here we go. Treg Algeria Trail offers 3 different races for runners to conquer the 50 kilometers marathon, the adventurous 106 kilometers Algeria Trail, and the ultimate test of stamina in the 182 kilometers Ultra Algeria Trail. The trails unfolds before them, a tapestry of desert landscapes beaconing to be explored. Runners from all corners of the globe conquer the vast terrains, pushing their limits as they reach each control point.
Organisateur, Al24, the best.
After 20 kilometers of running, athletes arrive to Alt Castle.
Là, je viens participer pour la 2e fois.
I come here to participate for the 2nd time. So last year it was good and this year it's starting very well because for this stage it was really great. We started from Timimoun to Algeria. We have just done 20 kilometers in an environment where the landscape is magnificent and magical. There is a very positive energy which arises from everything in this landscape.
They are very hard from now. The more difficult part will be in the next stage, of course, but for now it's okay. I'm fine.
While the 50 kilometers races cross the finishing line in Jenan Malik Hotel, runners for the longer trail of 106 kilometers carry on exploring the desert. This is not just a race, it's a celebration of a human spirit, an exploration of cultural heritage, and a testament to the power of family and community. As the sun paints the dunes in a fiery farewell, more arrive at the control points, forming a temporary community. They share stories, encouragement, and the camaraderie that comes from pushing each other to their limits.
It's been quite challenging because the part where everything is flat is fine, as any other race, but obviously the specificity of this particular race that we have to travel through dunes, which is hard to navigate, hard to decipher, to assess whether you need to go one way or the other, because the path is just telling you to go straight ahead, but you have to think about the best way to do that.
Racing through day and night, crossing the finish line in a moment of pure elation, a culmination of exhaustion and exhilaration.
We've just finished the race with my mother, 106 kilometers. It was too difficult. We went through dunes, went up and down, and the landscape was magnificent.
Le paysage était magnifique.
Despite the difficulty of the race, the scenery you encounter along the way and the historical monuments are amazing. The Algerian Federation of Sports and Work made sure that the race path passes through these natural treasures and monuments of the region. Sometimes you find yourself in the middle of the desert and you feel lost, but sometimes when you walk under the moon and you're alone with the Creator, feelings you'll have are indescribable.
يعني الخصوصية تاعها يعني فيها في السباق.
The peculiarity of this race is that you run without stopping. The runner runs during the day and at night, rests for a short period, and then completes the race, the course of which contains several stunning views in the Timimoun region, known for its enormous sand dunes and its beauty and charm.
With each passing hour, the challenge intensifies. The 182-kilometer trail demands unwavering determination and unwavering resolve. As darkness descends, the checkpoints transform into havens, providing vital support and ensuring the well-being of the athletes.
Sur ce poste ou sur tous les autres postes.
On this station or on all the other stations, it is organized roughly the same way. We will have a tent which is set up with mattresses to accommodate runners so that they can install comfortably. And so either there are runners who need care, and at that time we provide care in the tent for those who do need care. Those who just need to rest can do so too.
The race was very hard, like physically and mentally tough. I think it's mostly because of the night, which is like I think 13 or 14 hours long. So at the end of the night, it starts to be very long.
I was dreaming about that since a lot of years. I ran so many countries, jungle, mountains, but this is the first time I'm coming here to my country where I grew up. And how can I say, it's really amazing to run. The scenes are so huge and the people are so kindful. I really enjoy it, and it's a little bit tough because it's freezing all night and we have a hard sun on day. But when you stop suffering, you take a look around you, you find the scene is so beautiful.
After a brief respite, the runners surge forward, fueled by an indomitable spirit. They push through the darkness, unfazed by the unforgiving desert conditions. After 2 days and 3 nights of non-stop racing, Frank, a Danish runner, crosses the finish line, his face etched with a mixture of exhaustion and triumph.
I signed up for the race because it was an intriguing country that I didn't know that much about. Of course, I knew the organizer and knew he organizes great races, great organization around it. And the pictures from here was just spectacular. So there's no doubt in my mind I wanted to sign up. And it's fair to say I'm not disappointed. It's so amazing to run around in the dunes. They are so pristine, and being there all alone in the desert was just an awesome experience. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard not to stop and take pictures all the time.
Winners in the race or not, each participant went through an unforgettable experience as Timimoun's unique charm engraved lasting memories in their hearts.
I'm completely exhausted. I've
seldom have so much suffered in my life, but it's really brain blasting seeing the nature, seeing the people get comrades with other runners which each of themselves suffering awful and nonetheless there's companionship and you help each other. This was really awesome, and yeah, you know, this country is so beautiful, it's unbelievable to see this.
Indeed, the Treg Algeria Trail leaves its mark not just on the desert sands, but also in the hearts of all who participate. It's a celebration of human endurance, cultural richness, and the captivating beauty of the Algerian desert.
كانت مشاركة جيدة في الجزائر.
It was a good participation and I'm really happy to be here in Algeria. Everything was well arranged in terms of my arrival at the airport and the hotel until my arrival in Timimoun.
وصولي للأوتيل ومن ثم وصولي لتيميمون.
As the sun dips below the horizon, it signifies the end of a race, but the beginning of a profound connection between runners and the timeless allure of Timimoun.
Al-24, the best.
This second edition has etched itself into history, leaving an unforgettable legacy that will inspire future generations of athletes and adventurers.